Good morning, everybody. This is your 10 minutes of the latest procurement news brought to you by Procuresmart. With over 20 years of experience in the hospitality, purchasing, and consulting arena, and a PhD in procurement ethics, I'm on a mission to help you procure smarter. Procuresmart is a cloud-based boutique purchasing agency. Our team has experience with projects of all sizes, including conversions, renovations, and new construction. We offer dynamic customer service and competitive pricing. Reach out to us today to learn more about how Procuresmart can purchase for your next project. All right, let's talk about the supply chain. The supply chain is more fragile than ever. And as a procurement agent, the more we know, the better we can navigate for solutions. My goal is to give you weekly updates on what is happening around the world and in your backyard concerning all manners of supply chain. As you know, one impact to steel or petroleum can trickle down into a whole host of products. I have been on the hunt for a month now for a potato chip called a Poppable. If you know them, you'll love them. However, they started disappearing off the shelves last month. Week after week, I would go to my local grocery store on the hunt, but nothing. And last week, I ran into the chip guy, and I asked him what the deal was. He seemed pretty beleaguered by the question and explained that it was a national shortage, that the plant could not get the seasoning needed for the chips. And on top of that, the plant was running at a lower capacity due to labor shortages. I commiserated with him for a moment, then went on my way without my beloved Poppables and no idea when I might get to snack again. According to the Market Watch, other items that are of shortage right now are toilet paper, toys, furniture, bicycles, and consumer electronics like inexpensive laptops. Retailers and logistics experts have warned that supply chain problems will make certain items more expensive or difficult to obtain this holiday season. And they're urging people to start shopping early, well before Black Friday. Unfortunately, that Black Friday has already passed, so if you haven't started yet, you better get with it. Supply chain disruptions have been really impacting the retail industry since the start of the pandemic, says Catherine Cullen of the National Federation Retail, Senior Director of Industry and Consumer Rights Insider. The problems have been piling up for over a year and a half, compounding one another. And there are many links, and if a link is broken, then the stuff doesn't move, says Rosemary Coates, president of Blue Silk Consulting and a global trade expert. She calls it the supply chain reaction. While shoppers are used to dealing with certain items like the latest PlayStation selling out quickly during the holidays, more items may be impacted this year. That doesn't mean you won't be able to get anything. It just means you may not be able to find the exact thing that you're looking for. The supply chain is a global issue, and pressure comes at it from all corners. One item that caught my attention yesterday was President Joe Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin held a 2-hour video call, a conversation spurred by the reported possibility of a Russian invasion of eastern Ukraine. Now, you might be wondering why this would impact your supply chain, and then why should it be a concern? Well, it turns out Russia is our 26th largest good trading partner, with $28 billion in total two-way good trading during 2019. The main imports for Russia are machinery, pharmaceuticals, electronics, vehicles, and plastics. But more importantly, the main exports are hydrocarbons, solid fuels, wheat, iron and steel, precious metals, and stone. Now, I would not worry too much about new sanctions on Russia and the supply chain. Economists say the sanctions are working and the supply chain is secure. But if you're relying on steel or metal, then this might be of interest to you. What is the U.S. doing about these issues? It's pretty complicated, but steps are being taken. For example, U.S. Representative Rodney Davis, Republican out of Illinois, and a bipartisan group of lawmakers are introducing legislation, the Critical Infrastructure Manufacturing Feasibility Act, with the goal of identifying how supply chain issues can be mitigated and how more goods, along with jobs, can be created in the U.S. According to Representative Davis, the best way to insulate our country from global supply chain crisis is to manufacture goods right here at home in the United States of America. We should never let our critical infrastructure sectors live or die at the mercy of foreign nations, particularly adversaries like China. That's why it's so important we do everything we can to manufacture back to our country, especially in our rural communities. That's quote Representative Davis. So here is my recommendations for mitigating risk in your supply chain. 1, evaluate your risk. Know what is happening. Research and listen to trusted advisors, such as the Procure Smarter podcast. 2, prioritize by probability and how deep the impact might be. 3, ensure your supplier quality, and if need be, diversify your suppliers. Do not wait until a supplier failure to find a new supplier. 4, understand what your supplier's risk is and how they are mitigating it. Ask questions about their raw materials and labor. Also, understand political conditions that might impact the flow of goods. 5, purchase cargo insurance. Find a provider who can protect in-transit shipments as well as your warehouse goods against loss or damage anywhere in the world. And 6, be transparent with your partners, including forecasting and design change. This will help your suppliers provide the right products at the right time. If you're enjoying our content, then please leave us a thumbs up and follow us on YouTube. For all Procure Smarter episodes, find us on Buzzsprout, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you listen. For questions or comments about how you can work with us, please reach out to us on our website at procuresmartco.com. Also, we're currently interviewing guests for season 2 of the Procure Smarter podcast, dropping in the spring. If you've got a take on the hospitality and purchasing industry, we'd love to hear it. For interest in being a guest, you can reach out to us at our website, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Stay tuned for our next episode of 10 Minutes and what's happening in the purchasing world coming next week. Have a nice day, everyone.